Listen, how you stay fit in your 40s is going to determine your overall durability in your 50s, 60s, and above. Hey, it's Dr. Angela Cudger with Legacy Holistic Health Institute. And in this video today, I'm going to be covering some critical concepts concerning fitness and fit lifestyles for women over 40. Now, before I get into a little bit about my journey, if you are new here, thank you for stopping by this channel and thank you for watching this video. You are welcome to stay, but this channel is dedicated to the health, wellness, and spiritual evolution of women over 40. If you're not a woman or you're not over 40, it's okay. You can still watch the content. Maybe you know a woman in her 40s or someone who's over 40. Be sure to share this information with them. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your likes, for your shares, your comments. Your subscriptions mean the absolute world to me. If you haven't already, turn on your notifications if you are a subscriber so you know when new information drops on this channel, and you let YouTube know that we belong here and this is the type of stuff you want to see. Now, all month long, we're going to be giving away gifts. The first winner of the initial drawing was already announced, and the next one is going to be announced on New Year's Eve. Every time you like a video, I get a notification. Every time you give this video a thumbs up, I get a notification. And every time you comment, I get a notification as well. And every time you do those things, your name or your handle here on YouTube goes into a drawing for a prize. So the more you comment and interact, the better your chances are of actually winning mindful prizes in the month of December or mindful gifts in the month of December. All right, let's jump into the content. So, one of the things that I think very few people know about me is how physically fit and competitive I am, have been, and probably always will be. I am a certified yoga instructor, both in kinetic yoga and trauma informed yoga therapy. And so I'm able to help people move in such a way that actually heals them. In addition to that, I think what a lot of people may not be aware of is the fact that I've been both a figure bodybuilding competitor from 2012 up till 2014 for a couple of years. And I was a CrossFit enthusiast before that. And they wanted me to compete in CrossFit, even though I was really, really great in the gyms and in the workouts. One of the things that I couldn't get into with CrossFit was actually just the wear and tear on your body at some of the CrossFit gyms. So, CrossFit, if you don't know, is something that is usually done where you work out with the elements. A real CrossFit gym, or one that they say is a real CrossFit gym, doesn't have mirrors or anything that distracts you. It is just you and the elements. Usually a concrete floor. If you have to do any cardio, it is in the elements. So if it's raining, if it's sunny, if it's snowing, no matter what the weather is, your cardio is usually done outside in the elements. And in a lot of cases, you have to do that before you can actually get to do the workout of the day or the WOD. I was a CrossFit enthusiast for almost 10 years and really, really was interested in competing, but decided not to. The last figure bodybuilding competition I did, or physique bodybuilding competition I did, was in 2014. And out of 150 women, I took third place. And so I started working out some time ago just to lose baby weight. And I got into P90X, truly, truly loved it. I was doing the lean method on P90X where you're working out twice a day. I ended up being able to get the results I was looking for. But as I age, you guys, one of the things that I realized was that workouts alone just were not going to cut it. And so, in order for me to be able to have a sustainable workout regimen, it has to absolutely be something that I enjoy. And I want to clue you guys into being the same way, especially in your 40s. Our bodies change so much as we age. So many things are different. The one thing that will never change is how our bodies and our minds respond to how we feel. So we are able to lead healthier, happier, well, and sustainably well lives when we can actually figure out what makes us happy. And if you can figure out the type of movement that actually makes you happy, It will not only be something sustainable for you, which is the most important because you'll be consistent at it, but it will also be something that will give you more mental clarity, and it will be something that will give you results that you haven't seen in many, many moons, right? And so I want to make sure that we understand what working out is, what health is, what fitness is, and what wellness is, because people kind of get those things kind of crossed up and they think they're one when they're really not. So health has to do with the body feeling and feeling the body systems actually being healthy, meaning that my skin is healthy, my hair and nails are healthy. It means that my digestive system is healthy, my cardiovascular system is healthy. So a person can have all of these things going on and still not be well. Wellness has to do with the ability for a person to be stable in the way that they think and their overall beingness. That's why it is called well-being. So it has to do with the person feeling like they are secure. It has to do with the person feeling like they are exactly where they want to be, and overall they feel great, right? And it's more than a feeling as well. When we're talking about wellness, it's actually a state of mind, and it's so important that we understand that that's not health. One is not the other. Fitness has to do with durability. That is all. It is how far you can run, how high you can jump, how fast you can go, how quickly you can recover. It has to do with the durability of the cells and the ability of those cells to keep getting stronger. So say for example, when I was in figure bodybuilding, I knew a lot of competitors. I still know and follow tons of competitors who are pros, who have done really, 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 really well. And one of the things that I knew early on, which is why I didn't continue down that path, was there was no true wellness and overall the health of their body systems. In some cases, they were doing extreme things to their body systems, which to me are not healthy. And so it's not uncommon for you to see people who practice bodybuilding succumb or pass away from either something they're supplementing, or they pass away from the ups and downs and things that they do to their body systems. So it just lets you know that just because, not only that, let me say this, not only that, but those individuals, not all of them, some of them, when you talk about an off season and allowing your body to just gain a little bit of weight, they couldn't handle that, right? Mentally, they couldn't handle that. When in reality, the way a person looks on a show prep diet, or the way we looked on stage with all of our muscles, I mean, literally, I could see the veins in my abs, 6-pack, 8-pack, whichever one I wanted to show that day, so it's more than just them doing different things to their body systems that may not be healthy, but it also was doing something to them mentally, to where they thought the way I look on stage is sustainable, and truly it just isn't. And so we have to remember that fitness is not wellness, and neither one of those is health. So you have to think, when you're over 40, what am I doing to preserve my durability? What am I doing to increase my endurance and my strength of my cells over time? And then you have to ask yourself, what am I doing to make sure my body systems are healthy? If I know that disease starts in the gut, what am I doing to give my digestive system a rest regularly? This is where a fasting regimen comes into play. And then you have to ask yourself, how am I preserving my wellness, my overall well-being, the mental state of who I am and who and how I be? So those are 3 different buckets that you got to start to pay attention to. Now, if you are super savvy at this, you can actually take care of one. Sorry, guys, I'm trying to fix my jeans. You can actually take care of one bucket while you're taking care of another one. So, for example, when I go to work out at the gym, I'm taking care of the fitness bucket, but I'm also taking care of the well-being bucket and health. Actually, when I go into the sauna for more than 15 minutes, sometimes, like I was in the sauna for 25 minutes today, and I sit in the hottest space that I can get to because I know heat rises. And so you have to ask yourself, How am I dedicating my intentions and time to each of these buckets as I age? Because every single one of these pieces is important as we age. I'm taking care of the health and wellness buckets in the sauna because I'm playing meditation music and I'm thinking through my intentions and my goals for the week. I'm giving gratitude in my thoughts. I'm praying while I'm in the sauna. In addition to that, my skin is getting a chance to sweat and detox. So that's a body system. So I'm taking care of my health as well. I want to talk a little bit about just the fitness bucket in this video. Now you'll learn how to kind of get through the other buckets. You'll discover how to make sure that you are taking care of your wellness and your health too, as it relates to your fitness bucket. So let's talk a little bit about the fitness bucket, because I know that sometimes women over 40 have a love-hate relationship for the gym, or yes, for the gym. I'll say that. Or they find it challenging to get back into their routine of working out. Well, here's what I'm going to give you. And I know this is an unpopular opinion. If you don't like the gym, if you don't naturally, I wake up in the morning ready to go to the gym and knowing that nothing is going to keep me from going. Now, I don't do that every single morning, 7 days a week, but 5 of those days a week, at least, I'm going to be in the gym. So much so that people know me, like people notice me and they know me, right? Some people speak, some people say, hey, I'm going on vacation, so you won't see me, So people start to get used to seeing me do my workouts, and it motivates them to show up as well, and vice versa. I'm going to say this. Unpopular opinion. If you don't like the gym, you probably don't belong in the gym. I'm just going to be honest. If you are not raring to go, and I'm not saying every single time, because I think we all have our mornings where we don't, or days where we don't want to go, but we have to push ourselves. Those are normal. I'm talking about in general. I'm talking about in general. If you don't like or want to go to the gym or have a deep desire to go, you probably don't belong in the gym. And here's why I'm going to say that. One of the number one ways to make sure that the way you move your body is consistent and effective, you absolutely have to love it. People can tell you whatever they want. I was able to compete and do all of these things in physical fitness and in yoga because I love giving my body and my muscles a challenge. I love getting stronger on deadlifts. I love being able to do pull-ups. I love being able to jump rope and double under and do all these other things. I love being able to be physically fit using weights. I love the metal. I love the iron. I love the sweat. I love all those different things. That's me. That may not be you, and that's okay. What I am going to say is you may not belong in the gym, but you might belong in an aquatic center. You might belong in a dance studio. You might belong in a different kind of gymnasium. You might belong in a location that allows you to do hot yoga. Whatever you choose concerning your movement is the thing that you must love so that you can be consistent with that thing. If for any reason you don't feel like you can continue to be consistent and get results, it's okay to try something else. It's okay to take a year off from lifting weights to do yoga instead. It's perfectly okay. So if you're at a point in your life where you're like, I'm not feeling the gym, I'm not feeling all of the weightlifting and things like that, or I'm trying to force myself to get back in there, but I feel awkward, don't. Find something that you love. Do you like golfing? Do you like dancing? Do you like running? Do you like trail running? Do you like trail walking? Do you like hiking? Find the thing you like. Do you like spin classes? What do you really like to do in terms of making sure your body stays fit and healthy? Do that thing. And there's nothing wrong with that thing changing because we change. We're going to be different. The other thing that I want you to be aware of is the energy of the space in which you take care of your body. And I'm going to say this because it's about to be January again. And everybody knows what happens in January. If you're an avid gym goer, you know what happens in January. It's like the same thing that happens on Easter Sunday at churches usually. Anyone who hasn't been all year long is going to show up. So you get this influx of people taking up the machines and trying to figure it all out. They're sitting on the machines, watching YouTube videos and scrolling on Facebook. When there's people like me and other folks who are avid gym goers who are waiting on the machines. Now, no offense to you guys in any way, but remember, again, if you're that person, then you probably don't like the gym. One of the things that my coach used to say to me, she said, if you don't remember what number rep you were on, if you don't remember how much weight you pushed the day before or the week before on a specific exercise, then you're not working hard enough. You're not working hard enough. Because if you were working hard enough towards your results, you would remember. You would remember that the last 3 out of your 10 reps were almost impossible for you to do, right? And so I'll say that as well. If you can't remember how to do certain things in the gym, you're not working hard enough there. So we want to talk a little bit about um, where and how you choose the place that makes the most sense for you to stay consistent with movement of your body. Now, the thing to keep in mind is that no matter what you choose, it has to be something you enjoy or it will be challenging to be consistent. Now, the way that you choose the thing that was enjoyable for you is to think about the types of movement that made you happy when you were a child. What did you enjoy the most? For example, I enjoyed things like kickball. I enjoyed running on the playground a lot. I enjoyed hopscotch. I enjoyed jump rope. I enjoyed double dutch. So if you think about it, all of the things that I just said all involve the legs or running, or they involve these bursts of energy that have higher amounts and lower amounts, right? So, like kickball, someone rolls the ball, you kick the ball, you run and you stay on base. So there's start and stop, there's up, there's down, right? If we think about it, most high intensity interval workouts are the same way, right? And even if I slow those workouts down, I'm going to enjoy things that have to do with the legs and movement and high intensity. And so I can then transfer this type of thing that I like to the gym and say, okay, well, these are the things that I truly enjoy or that will bring me enjoyment. So you have to decide, what is it that I truly enjoyed when I was younger that I would do to keep me consistent? Were you a swimmer? Were you a runner? Did you like sports? And if you say you say, well, I didn't like any of those. Well, if you could participate in some of those, what would you do? What would be the types of things that you truly enjoyed? And then you have to make sure that you stick to a regimen, that you allow yourself the space to schedule in your physical movements, your physical workouts, because that's the only way you're going to make your body durable. It doesn't matter if you're taking a daily walk or you're running 10 miles a day, right? Make sure that it's something that you enjoy and you can be consistent at and you can get better at it, right? Maybe you're walking at a slower pace the first week. Maybe next week you're walking at a faster pace. So I want you to make it make sense for you. And then the last thing I want to share is the location that you do your workouts in and the energy that you do your workouts in. And so you want to always be around the energy of people who are improving themselves. Now, I'm going to say this because there are certain gyms out there and their motto is no gym intimidation or intimidation. But how will you get better if you don't see other people working and sweating and putting in the effort and making themselves better? How are you going to get motivated if the gym is really not your thing to begin with? And so you want to keep this in mind. In addition to that, coming to the gym during the peak season where everybody is there, you want to make sure you're not doing that either. It's such a whimsical energy. Like, for example, when people start flooding the gyms, I either switch to yoga or I go on an extended fast, because I want to make sure that by the time mid to late January rolls around and the crowd thins out in the gym, great. Now I'm back in here with the people who only want to be consistent. And I'm in this kind of energy instead of the energy that is just kind of in here because it's the new year and it'll soon be all over again. I want you to start thinking about the type of energy you want to move your body and make your body durable in, because it's so important. And then the last thing I'll leave you with is, you definitely, if you haven't already yet, need to check out the supplements video, because it will help you understand why it's also important to give your body systems what it needs so that you can complete your workouts. There are a lot of people who are deficient in vitamins and minerals that will fuel their body so that they can go further in their workouts. And it's important that you understand that these are essential. That sometimes a person doesn't go to the gym because they don't feel like it. And they don't feel like it because they're low on vitamin B12. So we want to make sure that we're making decisions for our entire body and based on how we feel when we have the right nutrients and supplements in our system. Listen, I hope you got something amazing out of this video. Click like, click share, click subscribe, and turn on your notifications. Kind of something like this.